Hello, trail travelers. It's Carrie and Katerina, and we are outside of Moab, Utah. We're west of Moab. We are at the end of Hura Pass, getting ready to start Chicken Corners. Now, I talked about this in the Hura Pass video, but Trails Off Road says this is the end of Hura Pass, and right here is the beginning of Chicken Corners. If you follow the Fun Tracks books, the beginning of Chicken Corners is 3 miles down the road at another intersection. But we generally follow Trails Off Road, so that's why we're starting the Chicken Corners video right here. Off in the distance, you see the river, you see the evaporation ponds of the Potash mine. The view here is spectacular. It is a gorgeous day to be out here. It's a little windy. My hair's getting a little mussed up. Sorry about that. You know, I'll get a haircut next week. But let's get back in the Jeep. Let's go hit Chicken Corners. Stay right there. We'll be right back. All right, we are starting down into, according to Trails Off Road, Chicken Corners. Got a nice little drop off right at the beginning. And again, on the other side of Hura Pass, some beautiful views. Awesome rock formations. And right now it's just a rocky road, just pretty much similar to the other side of Hura Pass. But you can see, I can't even tell you how far away, you know, some of these things are that we can see. I mean, it's got to be either tens of miles or hundreds of miles. You can see so far today. It is unbelievable. Very pleased to be out here. It is June 12th, 2022. Current temperature is 90 degrees down here. We're expecting to see something around 100 or so today. So pretty warm out here in June. Will be cooler later on this week. But we are going to check out Chicken Corners. We've heard a lot about it. We've read a lot about it. We're kind of excited. Well, here's my shelf road warning. If you do not like shelf roads, you might not care for this, because you are on a pretty narrow shelf road with some pretty intense drop-offs right off the side. Now, it's plenty wide. There's nothing to fear about it being too narrow here. There's lots of places for passing, so don't need to worry about coming up on somebody. Now, this side of the trail here on Hura Pass, definitely a little rockier, a little steeper, a little more climbs and, you know, things to drive over if you want. Not something for the typical passenger car. Now, something like our Subaru Outback Wilderness, so far, no problem through here. Coming up here is waypoint number 3 if you're following trails off-road, which is the Base Camp Adventure Lodge turnoff. And that actually is available for rent over there, which is kind of cool. But so far it's pretty smooth sailing. Right after the lodge, we finally get into a little bit of some slick rock here. Again, nothing too crazy, nothing too difficult, and most vehicles that have some high clearance should be able to make it through this. After that slick rock area, things settle down a little bit, and the road gets a little bit sandy, which you can kind of get a little sideways in a few places if you hit it too hard. But we're going to continue on forward here as these views just get better and better and better. Now, when you come across this big rock formation right in front of us, the road goes to the left and the right. Now, if you want, you can go to the left and go see Catacomb Rock. It's a great time to just explore. There's tunnels and caves and things over there. Good point to stop for lunch if you want. We're gonna keep going because we've got a long day planned ahead of us. So today we're gonna skip Catacomb Rock. But if you've got the time, I believe it's worth checking out. As you come up over a little ridge line, things are going to flatten out and you're going to find yourself very close to the Colorado River. Now there's going to be a number of little pullouts, little side trails that will take you even all the way down to the river. But from what I hear, it gets a little smelly down there. Now on one of the little side trails, the story goes, back long time ago, a guy was going down to the river and got his truck stuck. But before rescue could arrive, he ended up passing away. So if you're into seeing creepy, haunted trucks, be sure and check that one out. Now right here is where Fun Treks says the Chicken Corners Trail starts. And it's kind of hard to miss because it's a sign full of rubber chickens. Now if you want to stay on Chicken Corners, you're going to go ahead and go straight and continue on. If you're going to take Lockhart Basin, which is a much more difficult trail, that's going to be off to the left. So for right now, we're going to go on Chicken Corners, get to the end, but we're going to come back here and take Lockhart Basin, which is going to make for a very long day today. But that is going to be another video. Around kind of the bend in the river here, it becomes definitely more of a, what you'd think of a 4x4 trail. There's rocks and some small ledges and things. Totally a beginner, level. Nothing that you should ever be worried about. There's a couple places where you're going to get the slightest bit tippy, and I'm talking single-digit degrees here. Nothing really scary by any means, but enough to give somebody a good off-road experience who's never done it before. And we're seeing a ton of rental side-by-sides and rental Jeeps out here. Very popular for beginners and little family excursion out here. So far, I totally recommend this because it's just a fun drive. But we still have a ways to go to get to the end. But man, these views are just blowing our mind. We just wanted to stop for a moment here on this side of the cliff and soak in some of these incredible views for a few minutes. It is absolutely spectacular here. Now, right in front of us is the area of the trail actually called Chicken Corners, which is where this trail gets its name. The trail does continue on for a while past that, so we'll get to that in just a moment. But how can you pass stopping right here and taking this in? This is absolutely beautiful. Okay, we are about to make our historic pass through Chicken Corners. The scariest road in the United States. Or probably not really, but
You sound very dramatic.
I was trying. But legend has it that there'd be tourists that were too scared to ride along in the tour vehicles, and they would get out and walk, thus being chicken to stay in the vehicle, because you're getting a little off camber here. You're you're really close to the edge. I can see it's a little scary, but I mean, you can't beat this view. It's awesome. And we are coming up on the end of Chicken Corners. This has been a pretty awesome trail. Really pretty. Stunning views. It's just really hard to beat what you see here. So this was Chicken Corners. Really, really cool trail. A few little obstacles here and there. Nothing that would rate it very high in terms of difficulty. But if you want super sketch, right behind me, the hiking trail continues all along the side of this rim. Not gonna do it. I think that's above my sketch level right there. But this was a beautiful day out here in Moab. I highly recommend you check out Chicken Corners. Not a hard trail, but a beautiful, epic scenery trail by any measure. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, join us in our next video because we're heading back to go do Lockhart Basin. So be sure and check that out as well. From Katerina and myself, thanks for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it. And we want to say hey, and that we really appreciate all the people in Moab this weekend who have come up and said hi to us and that they watch the channel and stuff. That's super cool, and it means a lot to us. If you watch us and you see us somewhere, come up and say hi. We'd love to meet you. But right now, it's back to Lockhart Basin. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.